The U.S. Army recently conducted test firings of the M1 Abrams tank's powerful 120mm armor-piercing rounds, including the controversial depleted uranium ammunition, as part of its preparation to support Ukraine's counteroffensive operations. These tests were not only aimed at proving the accuracy and effectiveness of the rounds, but also to demonstrate the readiness of the Abrams platform that has now been integrated into Ukrainian armored brigades. For Washington, this is both a symbolic and practical measure. Symbolically, it shows that the United States remains committed to strengthening Ukraine's armored capabilities against Russia's heavily fortified positions. Practically, it provides Kyiv's forces with a type of ammunition specifically designed to defeat the most modern Russian tanks and armored vehicles, a capability that has often been questioned on the battlefield. The 120mm depleted uranium rounds are known for their ability to penetrate advanced composite and reactive armor, something conventional high-explosive rounds struggle to achieve. Unlike standard tank shells, depleted uranium rounds possess a high density, allowing them to slice through armor at incredible speeds, and once inside, their incendiary properties often ignite fuel or ammunition, causing catastrophic destruction to enemy vehicles. This makes them one of the most lethal types of tank munitions in existence. By delivering such rounds to Ukraine, the United States hopes to provide a decisive edge, particularly as Russia continues to field modernized T-72, T-80, and even the more advanced T-90 tanks on the front lines. American officials argue that this move could shift the balance during Ukraine's counteroffensive operations, especially in areas where entrenched Russian defenses have slowed advances. The delivery of the M1 Abrams tanks to Ukraine began in the fall of 2023, with 31 tanks promised to Kyiv. Alongside the tanks, the United States supplied hundreds of rounds of depleted uranium ammunition, marking the first time this type of controversial weaponry was officially transferred for use in the conflict. Critics have raised concerns about the environmental and health impacts of depleted uranium, noting that while it is less radioactive than natural uranium, its dust can linger in the soil and present long-term hazards. However, for Ukrainian commanders facing immediate battlefield challenges, the potential future risks are outweighed by the urgent need for superior firepower today. Military analysts also note that Russia itself has historically fielded depleted uranium ammunition, making Washington's decision more about parity than escalation. Despite the arrival of the Abrams and their advanced ammunition, the battlefield experience has been sobering. Reports from late 2024 indicated that many of the Abrams supplied to Ukraine had been destroyed or severely damaged in combat. Russian forces have proven adept at employing a mix of drones, precision-guided missiles, and anti-tank mines to neutralize Western armor. One of the Abrams' vulnerabilities lies in its ammunition storage. If a tank is hit in the wrong place, the resulting secondary explosion can destroy the entire vehicle. Ukrainian crews, while praising the tank's mobility and firepower, have admitted that surviving on a battlefield saturated with drones and anti-tank weapons is a daunting task. Even the most advanced armor is not invincible against constant surveillance and precision strikes. Nevertheless, the Abrams remain a critical part of Ukraine's strategy. Their psychological impact on both Ukrainian troops and Russian forces cannot be underestimated. For soldiers on the ground, knowing they have one of the most advanced tanks in the world on their side is a morale booster. For Russian units, facing an Abrams armed with depleted uranium rounds poses a serious threat, forcing them to adapt tactics and spread their resources thinner. The U.S. Army continues to evaluate ways to increase survivability for the Abrams in Ukraine, including the possibility of adding cage armor and electronic counter-drone systems to mitigate Russian drone attacks. Engineers are also studying battlefield data to improve ammunition storage and reduce catastrophic losses from penetrations. For Ukraine, the presence of Abrams tanks and their deadly 120mm depleted uranium rounds represents both an opportunity and a challenge. The opportunity lies in having access to weaponry capable of neutralizing Russia's most formidable tanks, giving Ukrainian armored units a chance to break through fortified lines. The challenge is learning how to use these assets effectively in a war where traditional tank warfare has been reshaped by drones, precision munitions, and layered defenses. The counteroffensive has shown that tanks alone cannot win battles. They must be integrated with infantry, artillery, electronic warfare, and air defense in order to succeed. Ukrainian commanders are adapting, and Western advisors are helping train crews in combined arms tactics that maximize the Abrams' strengths while reducing vulnerabilities. The decision by Washington to test fire and deliver these powerful rounds marks another chapter in the deepening military partnership between the United States and Ukraine. While controversy surrounds the use of depleted uranium, there is little doubt that Kyiv views these rounds as a much-needed lifeline in a grueling war of attrition. Whether the Abrams and their ammunition can decisively alter the course of the conflict remains uncertain, but they have already changed the dynamics on the battlefield. Russia must now contend with the reality that its most advanced tanks can be destroyed by American-supplied firepower, and Ukraine must continue to learn how to wield such assets effectively under relentless pressure. The future of the Abrams in Ukraine will depend not just on the lethality of their ammunition, but on the ability of crews and commanders to adapt to one of the most challenging combat environments in modern history.